A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our new session on Long Day's Journey into Night by Eugene O'Neill. Today we are going to discuss the author himself, the dramatist, the playwright Eugene O'Neill, as a playwright and dramatist of the American theater. Dear students, Eugene O'Neill was the first American dramatist to regard the stage as a literary medium of expression and the first US playwright to receive the Nobel Prize for Literature. O'Neill was a famed playwright, and his masterpiece, surely Long Day's Journey into Night, produced posthumously in 1956-57, is at the apex of a long string of great plays, including Beyond the Horizon 1920, Anna Christie 22, Strange Interlude 28, Ah Wilderness 33, and The Iceman Cometh 46. O'Neill died on November 27, 1953 in Boston, Massachusetts, born on October 16, 1888, in a New York City hotel room. Writer Eugene Gladstone O'Neill is one of the most admired playwrights of all times in American literary history. His talent for poignant and piercing dramas sprang from a life marked by challenges. He was the son of Mary Ellen Ella, in short, and James O'Neill, a stage actor. After O'Neill was born, his mother developed an addiction to morphine. She had been given the drug to help her to come through her particularly difficult childbirth. Ella was also still grieving for O'Neill's older brother Edmund, who had died of the measles 3 years earlier. The couple also had another son, James Jr. His father continued on with his role in a touring production of The Count of Monte Cristo shortly after O'Neill's birth. It is significant that O'Neill spent much of his early life on the road, traveling with his father, who was an actor on the moving theater, from place to place, from city to city, from town to town. Shortly before his seventh birthday, where he was sent away to a boarding school, O'Neill spent years at the St. Aloysius Academy for Boys, where he received a strict Catholic upbringing. In 1900, he returned to New York City, where he attended the De La Salle Institute for 2 years. He then went to Bates Academy, a preparatory school in Stamford, Connecticut. In 1906, O'Neill enrolled himself at Princeton University, but his heart wasn't in his studies. He was either dismissed for missing too many classes or left after only 10 months at the school here. After leaving Princeton, O'Neill wandered and floundered for a good time. He took several sea voyages, ran around town with brother James, and indulged heavily in alcoholism. He had a brief marriage to Kathleen Jenkins, which resulted in one son, O'Neill Jr. In 1912, O'Neill battled tuberculosis, a family disease rather. While recovering from his illness, he found his calling as a playwright, finding inspiration from such European dramatists as August Strindberg, and later enrolling in a writing class at Harvard University. O'Neill had his first play produced in Provincetown, Massachusetts in 16. Bond East for Cardiff, a one-act play that was staged in New York later that very year. Also in 1916, O'Neill made a second attempt at domestic bliss and pleasure. He married fellow writer Agnes Bolton, and the couple eventually had two children together, a son Shane and daughter Una. O'Neill took the theatrical world by storm in 1920 with Beyond the Horizon, which won a Pulitzer Prize at the first production. Later that year, another O'Neill masterpiece, The Emperor Jones, made its Broadway debut. In 1922, O'Neill brought his drama Anna Christie to the Broadway stage. This tale of a prostitute's return home netted the playwright his second Pulitzer Prize on the run. O'Neill suffered a personal loss with the death of his brother the following year. By this time, the playwright had also lost both of his parents, but O'Neill's private struggles seemed to aid him in creating greater dramatic works for the stage, including Desire and the Ambs, 24, and Strange Interlude, another important drama in 1928. Around this time, O'Neill left his second wife and quickly began a relationship with a third woman, Carlotta Monterey, whom he married in 29. O'Neill reimagined the mythic tragedy Oresta in Morning Becomes Electra 31, another blistering type of play, exchanging ancient Greece for New England in the 19th century. 5 years later, he became the first American playwright to receive the Nobel Prize for Literature in around about 35-36. He was given this honor for the power, honesty, and deep felt emotions of his dramatic works, which embody an original concept of tragedy, according to the Nobel Prize Committee. Underline this line: for the power, honesty, and deep felt emotions of his dramatic works, which embody an original concept of tragedy. Although O'Neill completed Long Day's Journey into Night in the early 1940s, but he refused to have this autobiographical play produced until long after his death. Around this same time, he had a falling out with daughter Iona. He chose to end his relationship with Iona after she married actor Charlie Chaplin. After several years' absence from the stage as an active playwright and actor, in 1946, O'Neill returned with one of his most heralded works, The Iceman Cometh, a very dark drama that explores the lives of a group of barflies, wandering women, horse. The following year, the playwright learned that he had Parkinson's disease and found it impossible to write due to the tremors in his hands. In 1948, however, O'Neill, never a supportive parent, cut ties with his youngest son, Shane, after Shane was arrested for drug possession. 2 years later, his eldest son, Eugene, committed suicide. The family disaster goes on. Concluding this short discussion of the life history of this great dramatist from America, we may say that he was a man who led his life in facing uh, frustration, depression, and troubles all through his life. O'Neill died of bronchial pneumonia on November 27th, 1953, at the age of 65 in Boston, Massachusetts, leaving behind a tremendous literary legacy of more than 50 plays. In 1957, Long Day's Journey into Night was performed on Broadway to rave reviews. O'Neill received a posthumous Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize for the drama, for this drama especially. His work continues to move and fascinate readers and audiences all around the globe, even today. Dear students, there are certain points to be remembered about this biography of the dramatist itself. Why we have gone through this? बेटे बात ये है कि ओनेल का ये ज़ेर नज़र ज़ेर मताला जो हमारा ड्रामा है लॉन्ग डेज जर्नी इनटू नाइट, इसको एक सिंगल पर्सपेक्टिव से नहीं देखा जा सकता। हाउएवर इसका जो मेजर पर्सपेक्टिव है कि ये ड्रामा जो है कहा जाता है कि ये एक ऑटोबियोग्राफिकल प्ले है। इसके बहुत से ड्रामाज में से जो अमूमी तौर पर जनरली all of his plays depict social tragedy as the main concern of the dramatist. The social problems, disease, illness, alcoholism, and so on, all the problems of the modern age. लेकिन बेटे ये जो ड्रामा है ख़ास तौर पर ये इसमें जो है इसकी अपनी लाइफ जो है वो चूँकि रिफ्लेक्ट करती है एज ए ड्रामेटिस्ट, और इसकी फैमिली की लाइफ जो है वो इसके जो मेन इवेंट्स हैं वो सारे के सारे इस ड्रामा में चूँकि मौजूद हैं, तो लिहाजा इसकी जो लाइफ हिस्ट्री है बहुत मुख्तसर तौर पर उसे जानना हमारे लिए बहसियत तालब इल्म ज़रूरी है। जैसे देखिए शुरू में जो है इसकी माँ जो थी वो मॉर्फिन की एडिक्ट थी। क्यों? चाइल्ड बर्थ में प्रॉब्लम्स की वजह से उसे ये दवाई, उस ज़माने में ये जो ड्रग्स थे दे वर यूज्ड टू पैसिफाई सर्टन डिजीज़ एंड इलनेसेस, तो बेटे ये क्योर के लिए भी यूज़ होती थी, पेन को किल करने के लिए। तो लोग फिर इनके एडिक्शन के आदी हो जाते थे मुसलसल, तो ड्रग्स दी जाती थी लोगों को, और शराब भी लोग अल्कोहलिज्म की तरफ भी इसी तरह से जाते थे। ही हिमसेल्फ इंडल्ज्ड इन अल्कोहलिज्म and running after illegitimate relations with whores and going to the bars and running away from this place to that place. तो ये जो लाइफस्टाइल इसका था, सारी ज़िंदगी बाप के साथ सफ़र में सड़क पर ज़िंदगी बसर की, ये जो है ये जो है वो हम कहेंगे ही लेड अ वेरी अनसेटल्ड लाइफ थ्रू आउट। तो ये इसकी जो ज़िंदगी की अक्कासी है ये हमें लॉन्ग डेज जर्नी इनटू नाइट में जो है वो मिलती है। लिहाजा हमें इसकी ये जो बायोग्राफी है वी हैव टू गो थ्रू इट। अगरचे डिटेल से पढ़नी चाहिए थी लेकिन मैंने यहाँ वक्त आपका बचाने के लिए इसे इंतहाई मुख्तसर जो मुतल्लिका हिंट्स हैं सिर्फ उनको लेकर जो है वो इसको यहाँ अटैच किया है। तो बेटे एक दो चीज़ें जैसे देखिए इसकी ज़िंदगी बजाते खुद जो थी वो एक अनसेटल्ड लाइफ थी। ही नेवर एंजॉयड द ब्लिस एंड प्लेजर ऑफ सेटल्ड डोमेस्टिक लाइफ, मैरिड थ्राइस, fortunately unfortunately he had very sore relations with his wives and children especially even when they were grown ups, and this type of generation gap he has depicted in Long Day's Journey into Night as well. Then the second point is the illness, the sickness in family that affected his life and himself also. He was a victim of tuberculosis, TB, and that he has depicted in his story of this drama as well. Again, the drug addiction as part of the theme of this play plays a very significant role. That is also a part of the life his family spent. एक और नुक्ता बेटे जो हमें इस ड्रामे से मुतल्लिक इसकी ज़िंदगी की लाइफ हिस्ट्री देखते हुए हमें मिलता है वो इसके जो है वो सारे ख़ानदान के आपस में रिलेशनशिप हैं दैट आर वेरी फर्टाइल एंड रादर ब्रोकन। तो फेलियर एज ए फैमिली ये भी एक मेजर थीम है हमारे इस ड्रामे का, फेलियर एज ए फैमिली। तो ब्रोकन रिलेशनशिप्स, लैक ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन इसे कहते हैं, ये जनरेशन गैप कहते हैं। तो ये बेटे इसको फोर फ्रंट पर जो है वो हमें इसकी लाइफ हिस्ट्री पढ़ते हुए इस ड्रामे को गोया समझने के लिए ज़रूरी है। इट इज़ एसेंशियल पर्टिनेंट टू स्टडी हिज बायोग्राफी टू रियली appreciate the ongoing proceedings and storyline of the drama Long Day's Journey into Night. ایک تو یہ بات ہے. دوسرے یہ ایک اور بات جو ہمیں یاد رکھنے کی ہے کہ یہ اس کی جو ہے وہ عملی طور پر ہی واز اب an actor just like his father who was an actor on wages or daily wages type of actor. بیٹے اسٹیج ڈرامہ موونگ ہوتا تھا پرانے وقتوں میں, تو فرام سٹی ٹو سٹی یہ تھیٹریکل کمپنیاں جو تھیں وہ مختلف قصبوں میں شہروں میں جا کر اسٹیج بنا کے اپنے ڈرامے کیا کرتی تھیں. تو یہ وہ کسی کمپنی کے ساتھ اور کبھی کسی کمپنی کے ساتھ اس کے والد محترم جو تھے وہ اٹیچ رہتے تھے. تو یہ اس کا اثر یقیناً ڈرامیٹک ورلڈ کا اس کے ذہن پر بھی تھا, اور یہ آیا بھی اسی وجہ سے. ڈرامہ نگاری کی طرف اس نے اپنا اس کو بطور پروفیشن چوز کرنے سے پہلے یہ بہت سے مختلف جگہوں پر دھکے کھاتا رہا. بھائی اس کا ایک آوارہ تھا, تو اس کے ساتھ یہ بھی آوارگی کی وقت اس نے کافی سارا گزارا. سی وجز اور ادھر ادھر دھکے دھکے کھانے کے بعد آخرکار اس نے سوچا کہ یہ ایک فیلڈ ایسا ہے جس میں پیسہ بھی ہے اور بہتر زندگی گزار سکتا ہوں. He came to the theatrical world to for final salvation of his life. تو اس لیے بیٹے یہ اس کی لائف ہسٹری جو ہے وہ اسے جاننا کسی حد تک جو ہے وہ ہمارے لیے بحیثیت ریڈرز that is essential, that is necessary for us to go through his biography before coming on to study the drama itself. Dear students, thank you very much for participating in today's discussion. See you soon in the next topic of related to this drama. Till then, it is Allah Hafiz and goodbye from my side. Thank you very much again.